Well, finally, Supreme Court ruling no aba into your whole stories and I'm a day to ya. Na me babe ready a tremo. Na me babe ready tremo no. Seriously, I didn't understand what the Supreme Court was saying because virtually na MPP for arguments a womu raising in the Supreme Court eboguye. Oshe kufon semwa wamo can say Constitution no Article 97 no it talks about future na enyende. MPP phones on some more can, and that was the position of MPP. Afenyo Markin na no position no. Supreme Court ruling na abano. Omo boss answer ni negu ye said dabi enye futuristic, enye current. But then they found a way to still say Afenyo Markin ene widi case no. Because no mo say even though enye futuristic, enye current no. Still se nipa krono aye na adwen se wo be contest elections na enye adwemopo ena nipa kona fa na se nipa kona fa adwemopo a eno ntre se wo se wo ye den olusu ni seat inti question aye emu bi ye bi sam se inti se nipa krono sebe wakọ electoral commission ho na wakọ file process na electoral commission a print nanim ato ballot paper so eno no still etre se ya adwempo ana eno ntre se ya adwempo inti di enta na wo se electoral commission ka se ya adwempo na eni kwan se nipa krono olusu ni seat e wo ho ati but nini name no MPP for argument na wo more year radio stations and TV stations in no electoral commission abo me say electoral commission chief justice and Supreme Court abo sansem negu say be MPP for nsem mo kanana nyanse nim but me babe ready Supreme Court decision no for me say American I was confused and I feel say I am not the only one who is confused with this into me person me read comment on social media na me hu ne say mepe and I'm here confused with what I read because NDC for asem year 1, MPP for so asem year 1. Eba ne say na the same rule in aba no. Ye say MPP for mo ma asem nye de. Nanso ye di asem na ye di ama MPP for. Minti bi da, minhu bi da. Obi a na asem nye de ne asan so di ama no. Enti no, send ya make no. Ye read the comment here the Ghana for kan. Are Ghanaians also surprised with what the Supreme Court has done? Are Ghanaians understanding or what? Ye read in here the Ghana for kan. Obi say but what? Or say inti way ye Joy News a report story no Supreme Court decision no and obi comment our babe pass and say but is it not what they've done? Inti obi so has na Supreme Court decision amodi abe die ade a MPs no aye no hunti ababeto mu anim no eno mu ruling na mu ama no mo free omo mo nso asem a mo aka na ase no na MPs na ye nso mo enrule nti omo tene na obi eka obi nso say or say but for me na MP went to independence or into obi nso dia work no say they am okay obi say then the Formina MP seat has to be vacated because he has joined the political party MPP to obi nso dia work no obi say it is clear here work already and I've read Article 97G no atremo. Obi say Formina MP is currently a member of MPP, thus being their parliamentary candidates. There was a reason Afenyo left H in his suit, but the judges added it for their political agenda. Obi say Supreme Court judges no in nim nyansa such nonsense. No independent candidate has any business contesting. Obi say so by this logic, we can say no independent candidate is allowed to do business with another party or be counted as part of another party during voting. He or she must be neutral and can decide to vote for or against the ruling government, unlike the way we have it now. And so a lot of people are raising meanings into it. Question say, so what my ruling be say, then what does it mean for the independent candidate? Because then the independent candidate for Mina MPI na semi clearly no here. Yes. Or no so una can say omo nkrofo no we but for Mina MP no or no clearly this is our baba join MPP and not standing on the ticket of MPP. Into was some political identity. Into no ne so yakwa akosi saying. And also your question. Yebisa. Or say so what is the difference between what the Supreme Court is saying and what the speaker said? The Supreme Court is confused and also your question will be bisa say it is Supreme Court ade amoka say any dia abamba gbenkan the difference be na wom. And our Supreme Court for Sebe ade no abom mutrim. And obi ka say very much so. And I say, Anne, only the who is the Supreme Court for no more confused. Obi say, unanimous FC has done the unthinkable. They have created a monster political parties. Now MPs can do whatever they want. Their ruling reason lack common sense as well. So be as someone work no. Says our ruling ya Supreme Court said ya be there. Sebe, onu the who is nyanse nim. Obi say, so-called learned judges destroying their reputation because of a man who has never been admitted into a law school. They took time to come up with a reasonable decision but couldn't find one. So this is their best. Disgraceful. So be as someone can say, we judges why am I say we there by all means who person would defend the MPP for about amamu ababe gumu who any more say. Because case way any ruling as is ya modi abe there. Nyanza be any be as someone work country judges no. I say, I am surprised. Most of you are surprised. Was it not the same Supreme Court that said in a country where one route to citizenship is by birth of either parents being a Ghanaian, yet the primary document that certify is not qualified to attest your citizenship, but Ghana card? I see, they want to rewrite our constitution to please their paymasters, but I trust the third most powerful man on the land, who is the Speaker of Parliament, that represents the people, to teach them some lessons and school them all. Obinzo say, so does it mean those MPs who decided to go independent and have duly registered as such, who are campaigning against the MPP-sponsored candidates in their constituencies, are still MPP members? And someone has also raised the question. I say, according to the Supreme Court, yes. Inti ruling now wamano, and Obinzo raised the question. Okay, say inti MPP for and there, lusu seat. Wamoko independence no. Supreme Court says still MPP for. And I Obika say yes. Basically, that's what they are saying. So the Supreme Court is saying, say, Cynthia Morrison is still an MPP member. Meanwhile, in the MPP, what they say, unya kwa as independence no we lusu or party or membership as MPP. So now the Supreme Court is telling us, showing us, say, we MPP ni. Meanwhile, MPP for crash say your constitutional, and say we nye MPP ni. Tinbakuna Samo can say, Tinbakuna or contest as independent now, war company against MPP no, who Supreme Court so just still or MPP ni. You see the ruling, but I mean, the weekend is here and then a lot of people will discuss it. So we will try to get more meaning because I've seen lawyers talk about it. Me who say Xavier Sosu, the MP for Medina. On also about the Kasafa Hua, Tresse, on also some more work and say ruling way there, what you want to say. I've seen another lawyer. I want also about Kasawa Hua, money na air complaint say they don't really understand this ruling. But yet I say hey. So in essence, you can contest at Bantama under the ticket of MPP, win, then caucus with the NDC in Parliament, even if party constitution automatically kicks you out for the election for the action taken. Nice move. I say makes zero sense. MPP constitution is clear, but they don't abide by it. I say, isn't this exactly what has happened in Parliament? Unless one can divide himself into two, future self and current self. Otherwise, you cannot belong and not belong to a particular association at the same time when you have triggered a clause for your dismissal. Asem will be can say, the Supreme Court. Hey, Charlie. You see what the Supreme Court did? Let me tell you what I think the Supreme Court has done. They know that, okay, no munim say, MPP for Asemenyade. This is what I think. I think say Supreme Court for him say MPP for Asemenyade. Supreme Court for him say, so munim, no more kwase samrano in the name of MPP for dache ebeho man, because the constitution is clear, and they couldn't do anything to change the constitution. So they maintained the constitution, say constitution no, correct, clear. But the news said the meaning of the constitution being clear means that MPP for Omasemenyade. But the fact that they have interpreted the constitution to tell Ghanaians that the constitution no correct, and still telling us say Afenyo Markin and a winning case no, and then I mean just say how there's no correlation. MPP for say, MPP for say. Young crop for no more Parliament no. Any kwan say you declare one seat. Parliament Article 97 essay. Unya kase oko uwa Parliament. Na unya ye wadwin se o contesti on a different political ticket and I say o contesti as independent e wo se o lose seat no. Embra na aka sa no no. Embra ne re MPP for na MPP for say da bi embra na nya sa na eka enya sa na etre. Embra ne tre say nipa kro no the next election and also lose na nya current election when also nipa kro no di lose ni seat. Na next election and nipa kro no also lose ni seat. And they say okay, yen fa asem no konko to Supreme Court nim, akwa akoto Supreme Court nim. Supreme Court ruling na one man say indeed Constitution e kasa about current and the next election because next election en answer bi anim the current party na nipa kone de bae no so free party ni mu sa time na dia yes also lose ni seat no now so MPs no mo wo sisia na omo free party ni mu sisia no ye mo mu lose omo seat. Basically that's what the Supreme Court has said. So the Supreme Court has upheld the Constitution but still almost say MPP ene wini and Afenyo Markin e wini case no, which for me I don't see the sense. I don't see the correlation. It amazes me. Mentiasie. And I'm not the only one. Thank God that I'm not the only one. I think that maybe the Supreme Court will have to explain better because I'm not the only one. A lot of people are talking about this. Also, you people, enough of this. Honorable Speaker is hiding from you media folk about after recently holding a meeting with you. We beg, go find the Honorable Speaker and ask when Parliament reconvenes. Why? I say, hey, nah, Ghana cast. I say, so what's the difference? What the difference this and going as independent candidates? I say, so going independent and joining another party isn't switching? Okay. I say, most are following the leadership of NDC of its, okay. I say, no one understands the law. They just accord a mean that suits them at a particular point in time. 5261, etc. are the signs that they themselves don't know it. So be asked what can they say? When they say Supreme Court judges go Tim Branase. I say, the air more than normal can. Because Sadian is saying that now mu ruling na mo de aba say dia and the idea no monti ase. But you see, what I'll say is say the Chief Justice and the Supreme Court, I say recently, Martinami dun semo kafa Chief Justice no. Omo yama aye no kware. Uhwe se ne Martinami do bebo Chief Justice e chikra se Chief Justice no wabon onim hwe no. I say omo yama aye no kware because rulings be a anyway. I say, what is going on in this country? And is it not the same decision the speaker took? Or I am not thinking right now. It will be say, and the same thing that Abambag been take here. And now no ye want to say, I say, and what is the difference to this? I say, how can one be an independent candidate and at the same time belongs to a party he or she contesting with? I say, Kufuado will burn down this country. I say, Supreme Court working without common sense. I say, was that not the case? I say, remember we were told your birth cert does not qualify you for citizenship. Ghana citizenship G card. But you need a birth certificate to obtain a Ghana passport. I see the way you guys have captioned this, shaking my head. Obviously, the NDC should amend the constitution, the constitutional provision, if they have numbers in the next parliament. I say, how do you switch political party in parliament? How? I say, so what the current MPs have done, what does it mean? Obviously, see embarrassment. Supreme Court. You know, Ghanaians are shocked as the Supreme Court has brought the final ruling to the case. Let me see the quoted tweet and see what people. But so far, I say everyone is shocked. Say, now ruling way edieni, ruling way edieni. I say this is very confusing. Will the independent MP vacate his seat into being so? As someone can say, we are confusing, pan. I say the Supreme Court is not serious. If going independent is not considered as a party, as a political identity of a sort, then why even allow them to contest elections? How are they not given a different treatment by the EC in filing for nominations? I say, what happens if the person switches from an independent candidate to a political party? I say, so Esiama has lost his seat then? No. I say, am I the only one who is having understanding issues? I say, Formula MPC should be vacated then. He has joined a political party but was elected on an independent ticket. I say, so what did they do? It will be asre. Obi say, posterity is laughing. I say, I am struggling to understand this. This is quite absurd. I say, the headline. I say, where is the logic here? So, I mean, good to know that I'm not the only one who is confused about this Supreme Court ruling. A lot of Ghanaians are also confused. Montreal, your comment box.